ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name is Potato, and I'm with AI. The power of AI today will predict next year's WrestleMania card. I'm going to use the power of AI to try and predict next year's WrestleMania a year in advance. WrestleMania has just finished, we're moving into Backlash, and now it is time to see what we are going to see next year at next year's WrestleMania. Let's see what AI has to say. Also, I want to see how much AI knows, so let's find out. You guys, let's boot her up.
Hey again, Potato. What's on today's agenda?
Today, I would like to predict WrestleMania 42 and see what you think, what matches will be on the card. Do you know anything about WrestleMania 42?
WrestleMania 42 predictions? Let's go. No details yet, but we can totally speculate. Maybe Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes? Or a big return match? What do you reckon?
Possibly. So we do know it is in New Orleans on the 11th April 2026 and the 12th of April 2026 over 2 nights. That's about all we know, though.
2 nights in New Orleans? That's going to be epic. How about a title match featuring the next big star from NXT? Or a legendary farewell match? Let's dream big. What's your fantasy booking?
Well, we'll start jumping into it. So I thought we'd start off with night 1, match number 1, the opening match of WrestleMania. Who do you think would be in the opening match of next year's WrestleMania?
Kicking off strong, I'd say the Usos in a tag team match. They're known to fire up the crowd. Maybe against a fresh duo or a surprise return? What do you think?
Yeah, the Usos reuniting after a year of being separated. That'd be good. Do you know who they'd be facing? You said a surprise return. Do you have any ideas?
How about a returning DIY? Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. That'd be a huge pop and a solid opener.
Okay.
What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, they're still active on the roster, but yeah, I suppose if you had a couple of months off or whatever, that'd be pretty good. So DIY versus the Usos, night 1 for the tag titles. I think that's a good opening match for WrestleMania 42. What women's matches would you have on night 1?
I'd book a high-stakes contest, like Becky Lynch versus Rhea Ripley for a title. 2 heavy hitters, they'd put on an intense match. Who else would you like to see in action?
That'd be pretty good. Yeah, so the women's match would be good. What about a multi-man match on night 1? Is there any ideas you'd have for that?
A multi-man ladder match for a mid-card title, like the Intercontinental Championship, could be electrifying. Imagine a mix of high flyers and powerhouses. Think Ricochet, Chad Gable, and Sheamus. How do you see it?
So Ricochet's in the AEW, but that's fine. So Ricochet, Chad Gable, Sheamus. Should we say another 3 wrestlers? Who else would you think would be there? It'd be a 6-person match.
Let's add Sami Zayn, LA Knight, and Bronson Reed. That mix would bring...
That's very nice. I like that. I like that mix. Yeah, Sami Zayn, Bronson. Yeah, that's a very good mix. I like that ladder match. For the Intercontinental title. Very, very nice. And what would be the main event of WrestleMania Night 1? Bearing in mind, this is not the overall main event, which would be Night 2. This would be, so essentially the second biggest match of the weekend.
Got it. How about Seth Rollins versus Gunther for the WWE Championship? Both are top-tier talents, and it'd be a clash of styles that could steal the show. What do you think?
I like it. Yeah, I mean, Gunther always has a good match. He's a very talented wrestler, and Seth is very good. He's current. I mean, they seem quite far apart, but this is a year away, so they could have brought it back around to that. Yeah, I like that opening match, the final match of night 1. What would be your opening match of night 2?
For night 2, I'd start with a bang. A Money in the Bank ladder match.
Ooh, okay. We're bringing Money in the Bank back to WrestleMania. That's a nice touch. Okay, who would be in this Money in the Bank ladder match?
A Money in the Bank ladder match could feature stars like LA Knight, Damian Priest, Sami Zayn, Miz, Drew McIntyre, and Kofi Kingston. A mix of veterans and rising stars could make it unpredictable. Thoughts?
Yeah, I like that lineup. The only thing is, you mentioned LA Knight was in the first, and Sami Zayn in the first night in another ladder match. Would they be in both ladder matches, or would it be different people for this Money in the Bank one?
Good point. Let's switch it up then. How about Money in the Bank with Kevin Owens, Ricochet, Shinsuke Nakamura, Austin Theory, AJ Styles, and Finn Balor? A fresh mix, right?
I like it. Yeah, that sounds good to me. I'm sold on that. That sounds very nice. What would be the cooling off match, the mid card match, the match that for the toilet break match? So not that important, but it's there to calm people down after the ladder match.
For a breather match, maybe a fun tag team bout with comedic elements. How about the New Day versus Alpha Academy? Both teams can entertain and throw in some lighthearted spots. What do you think?
Yeah, why not? That sounds like a fun one. I think. So we had a women's match on night 1. We can also have another women's match on night 2. Who do you think would be in our women's match for night 2?
Definitely. How about a triple threat featuring Charlotte Flair, Asuka, and Bianca Belair? It'd be a technical and athletic showcase. What do you think?
I like it. No, I like that a lot. I think that would be very, very good. So that brings us on to the main event of WrestleMania 42. Who do you think is headlining the show of shows this year?
All right, big finish. Let's go with Roman Reigns defending the Universal Championship against Cody Rhodes. A classic face versus heel clash with a rich storyline. Can you picture it?
Yeah, I mean, we've seen it twice, but that would be, so it'd be the, Cody's 1-1, Roman's 1-1, so I guess this would be the rubber match, the decider. Yeah, that would be a good final match. I like that. Would there be any stipulation to it?
To up the stakes, how about a steel cage match? Keeps it intense and prevents interference. What do you think?
Sure, yeah, that'd be great. So, will The Rock be involved in this year's WrestleMania at all? And if so, how would he be involved?
If The Rock shows up, it'd be a major moment. Maybe a surprise appearance. Or even a showdown with Roman Reigns to tease a future match. What do you reckon?
Yeah, that sounds... that's what I would be expecting. Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, so that is our WrestleMania card. Would you like to... Are you able to summarize that up and go through that again? The whole card?
Let's recap WrestleMania 42 predictions. Night 1 opens with the Usos versus DIY for the tag titles. Becky Lynch versus Rhea Ripley. Intercontinental ladder match with Ricochet, Chad Gable, Sheamus, Sami Zayn, Bronson Reed. Main event, Seth Rollins versus Gunther for the WWE Championship. Night 2 kicks off with a Money in the Bank ladder match. Kevin Owens, Shinsuke Nakamura, Austin Theory, AJ Styles, and Finn Balor. The New Day versus Alpha Academy. Charlotte Flair versus Asuka versus Bianca Belair. Main event, Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes in a steel cage for the Universal Championship. Epic card. Feeling good about it?
Yeah, I like it a lot. I think that's a very good card. I'm really enjoying that. Is there any other matches that you would chuck in just to bulk up the card?
To round it out, maybe add a cruiserweight title match with high flyers like Mustafa Ali and Santos Escobar. A fast-paced spectacle would add variety. Thoughts?
Yeah, I like it a lot. I think that's a very good card. I really enjoy that. Is there any other matches that you would chuck in just to bulk up the card?
What? That was weird. I didn't say that. What? Yeah, that's good. The computer's taking over. Okay. Are you going to take over our jobs, AI?
No worries there. I'm here to assist, not replace. Your creativity and personal touch can't be replicated. Let's keep brainstorming. What's next?
I think that's going to be it for today. I'm just going to wrap up the video. Do you have anything you would like to say to the viewers?
Sure thing. Thanks for tuning in. Keep being creative and enjoying what you love. Until next time.
Bye AI. Thank you guys for watching, and until next time, too sweet. There it is, guys.
Potato Wrestling, hit the bell, join the thrash. Smash that subscribe, feel the growl. Potato Pro Rise!